How does that look? It never looks great. I don't have a mount set up in my car today. I apologize. But I thought I'd go live for a quick snippet on our secondary channel. That's right, our secondary channel, because you guys have made this second channel possible. Am I being too optimistic? I'll take it down a notch. Welcome to Aromatically Speaking, my second channel, our second channel. I'm going to do a little unboxing today, which means, hi Laura, how we doing? That of course means that I am at, and Jordan, what's up? Thank you for joining. And Trisha is in the house. Nice to see you, Trisha. Yeah, I'm at the post office, which means I have a package, and I'm not quite sure what it is. So that's always exciting. It's kind of like a grab bag, you know, at work. Grab bag gifts. Julia, thank you for joining in. You know, sometimes the grab bag, you get like, you know, something really cool, like a gift certificate to Yankee Candle for $100, and then sometimes you get like an apple peeler or core or things you twist and it peels the apple. That's actually, I would like to receive that. And I'm getting off topic. Let's address the title of this video. They said that I am way more amazing than they had initially thought. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the letters that you get. If anyone has a P.O. box, or maybe I guess you can have it delivered to your residential address, but you get the strangest mail. I don't know what this is, but we're obviously celebrating America here. I'm guessing I was getting a call. And look, I mean, inside this thing, there's no information. There's documents here. I mean, this makes me worried. This means that, you know, I don't know, am I being investigated? Is the IRA after me? But after reading the first sentence, I've determined that I don't have to take this seriously. And I'll tell you why. Shane, please forgive us, but we have just taken a closer look at your profile. All right, I don't know what profile. It certainly can't be my credit score. That can't be it. But we've just taken a closer look at your profile, and it turns out that you're way more special than any of us imagined. Exclamation point, or mark. Exclamation mark or point. It's one of the two, or maybe either works. That's all I have to read to understand that they're being rather facetious, or they don't truly know who I am, because I am not, to anybody, way more amazing than they initially thought. So that's that. But what's important is, let's open up this box or package. We got a live unboxing here. We're gonna keep this nice and short today because I have some editing to finish. I'm gonna put up the second half of my Yankee Candle 2018 fall collection, not fall preview. I posted that video already, and if you haven't checked it out, please do so. Please do so. If ever there's a video that you need that needs support to help with views, thumbs ups, and potential subscribers, it's that video. That video really needs to be promoted and taken care of. So if you can find it in your heart to suggest it to friends, fellow Yankee Candle lovers, or share it on your Facebook page. I try to get you guys, I ask nicely for you to do it every so often. I don't like sharing things too sometimes. Sometimes it's weird, but it's very important for me. It would be a very special thing if that video went, not viral. It's never gonna go viral. And look at that, Laura's like, I reposted on Facebook. See, I always count on Laura. She always comes through. It's amazing how close, how we're all friends. And I've never met any of you. I don't think I've met any of you. I've met a few. I don't think any of those folks are here today. So this box does say eBay. So this is an eBay item. Oh, this is special. And I can smell it. Can you smell it? I can smell it, baby. I have the AC on. That might be creating some auditory? It may make me less audible, but it's hot. It is 92 degrees outside where I currently am. So obviously this is not a gift or something that someone sent my way or a candle company. I got some great candle companies coming up in the future that I'm working with. Smaller candle companies. I love that. That's my favorite thing to do, other than to get on the road. But this is for something, a video that I've been talking about for a while, and I've decided to wait till mid-June to post it. Why? Because it's a blueberry episode or video. It's gonna be a blueberry extravaganza. It's gonna be exciting. And what I mean by blueberry is I'm gonna go blueberry picking. I'm gonna talk to some folks who work in the industry of having blueberry farms. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, but I'm gonna go blueberry picking, and I'm gonna share with them some Yankee Candle blueberry candles. Let them tell me how authentic they are, which one do they think is most accurate. So this way we can be like, look, these are the pros. These people know blueberries, which is their favorite. But in order to do this, I need, Nicole is in the house. Nice that you can catch live on this weekday. Thank you so much for joining in. I have, over the course of the past several months, acquired every single, every single Yankee Candle blueberry candle that has ever been made. Welcome, Doug from Spooky Villages. Have you been watching Doug's videos? If you haven't, you of course should be. He's really diving deep into Halloween and pulling at those heartstrings, getting me all super nostalgic for Halloween. But this will mark the last candle, Yankee Candle blueberry candle, that I do not currently own. And it's an interesting one. I debated whether or not this one qualifies. You'll see why in a reason. You'll see why in a second. It is brand new. Let me just show you the condition, give you a nice visual first. So obviously we have a soy wax blend, a 2-wick. This is going to be 10 ounces, nice little tumbler. This is brand new. This has not been like tossed around. All the labels are very clean. It's a 2016 pour. You're not gonna be able to see that because it's so bright out. This candle, are you ready for this, folks? Come on. Take a second and remember how great our hobby is. Can you get a visual on that? It is bright. Let me bring the camera over here for a moment. We have Yankee Candles. It's a Simply Home candle, but blueberry cheesecake. And take a look at that label. This fragrance, this scent has been poured in many different vessels, and I had to wait. You know, I could have gotten this sooner, but this one was brand new. And look at the picture. That's right, Doug's right. Look at that picture. That is scrumdiddlyumptious. That is scrumptious. That is that. So we're winning so far. And Nicole is asking, yes, this is for the forthcoming blueberry video. Yes. The only thing about it, Nicole, is that I just said that, but I'm going to be waiting till mid-June, so I can actually, I'm probably going to film all of the evaluations, but I want to go blueberry picking. That's going to really set the video on top and talk to blueberry farmers and show them some of the candles. I think that'll make it for very fun summertime, feel good inside video. What does this candle smell like? That is the question. Gotta get back to work. Have a good one. Bye, Jordan. Thank you for joining in, dropping in for a short period of time. What does it say on top? It says Yankee Candle New 2-wick for extra ambiance. All right, extra ambiance. This is serious business. Seriously, right off the bat, I know I'm so happy about this candle because this is what I was looking for. Out of all the Yankee Candle blueberry candles, I wasn't getting something that I was looking for. And I'm not saying this is the best candle in the world. Far from it. But this diverges from the cooked down blueberry syrup, blueberry compote, concentrated blueberry syrup, IHOP, you know what I'm talking about, blueberry jam, super sweet, super luscious. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I smell this, finally, I'm getting that fresh blueberry. That's sweet, but let's face it, they are tart. And not just that, but when you're eating fresh blueberries, you taste and you smell where that blueberry came from. The blueberry bushes, Blueberry Hill. You're smelling the green vegetation, the herbal notes that those blueberries have grown in. A little bit of that blueberry blossom aroma, if you will. And my best guess, the way that they're creating this, I'll get to the cheesecake in a second, is that the green note that makes it seem extra fresh is something like tea leaf. It's got to be something like tea leaf, because as soon as I smell this, I'm like, whoa, brunch, or like an herbal tea that's infused with hibiscus. It has this fruity but not overly sweet. Okay, fruity and sweet are different. Very important. Very important. I don't address that enough. When I say fruity, I'm not necessarily talking about sweet, nor am I necessarily talking about tart. You can't smell sweet and you can't smell tart, but you can smell fruity. Catch me? So there's a perceived sweetness. We can assume that there's sweetness, or we can assume that it's tart by smelling it, but our nose can't detect sweet or tart. Okay, so fruity, but it has that herbal green leaf. This smells like a black tea, in my opinion. A black tea, that nice oxidized loose leaf tea leaf that's infused with blueberries and something like jasmine, something that's going to give you this effect of like a blueberry blossom. So there's a perceived tartness. So like if I were to taste it, I would imagine in my head's telling me that it would be tart. But then there's this other side to it that is absolutely positively the stark opposite of fresh, tart, freshly picked. You do get that blueberry jam. Underneath though, what I mean by underneath, I have to explain myself. Sometimes I talk too fast and I don't explain it myself. Underneath, I mean it's not as intense as that freshness. So as in a little bit lesser degree, there is a much more sweet blueberry jam, a little bit of that crushed blueberry jam, nice thick and chunky jam here. So great contrast of fresh picked blueberry infused tea, brunch with blueberry jam on the table. There, to me, is not, there's no spices, but graham cracker crust, which I guess we can say honey and cinnamon, but it's much more of a pie crust than like a spicy cinnamon or like an aggressive baking spice note, which makes sense because this is called blueberry cheesecake. Look at that photo, look at the photo. And I don't know why, it makes you wonder when you smell something like this. I need to spend time with it. Of course, I would need to burn it to see how well it burns. But this candle is, in many ways, so much more exciting. What else came out in 2016? Berrylicious? We all love Berrylicious. Berrylicious is great, but come on, I think this would have been a much better seller. Not just the profile, the aromatic profile, but the concept. Instead, it makes you wonder who makes these choices. Blueberry cheesecake. To me, this has got to be brunch. This is what a lot of us want, right? Imagine we're sitting at the table, friends and family, nice Sunday afternoon, maybe like, us when we're doing our Smell It Sunday on Sunday. Nice, beautiful day. More importantly, on the table, we have our tea. We have some form of blueberry spices. Call it a blueberry scone with jam, lots of jam. Or we have that authentic blueberry cheesecake. It smells like that graham cracker crust. It does have that cheesy, creamy richness. But, you know, if you don't mention it, if someone doesn't like cheesecake, if you never mention cheesecake, they probably love it. It's just, you know, it's suggestive, right? You say it, you're like, oh yeah, cheesecake. But if you never say it, maybe people's minds who don't like cheesecake, it wouldn't go there. There's a few of these on eBay. Most of them have been lit, but I ate some delicious blueberry cheesecake at Busch Gardens last week. Good stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, Doug, looks like he just got back from an amazing summer trip. He's in Florida, I think you were, right? Busch Gardens. Well, yeah, Florida. Whoa. Phone. I don't have a tripod today, guys. Hubble Kitty gets a high five from Leslie. Hubble Kitty keto high five. Living enthusiastically, people. That's the only dessert I don't like. Cheesecake, says Nicole. Okay, so perfect example, Nicole. If this didn't say cheesecake on the label, your mind probably wouldn't go there. And maybe it would. But I think if it was called like blueberry, it was called like English scone and blueberry jam. English scone, chunky blueberry jam. I can't think of a cool Yankee Candle name right now, but you know what I'm saying. I don't think you would mind at all. That graham cracker crust comes through as that Teddy Grahams, that honey, that glazed honey graham cracker. Very cool. I would recommend this candle in a heartbeat. I paid $21 with free shipping for this. I would consider that a pretty good price. The original price, it's so funny. Everything is untouched. However, the one thing that looks like it's been changed or altered was the original price. It's something 99. I'm guessing $15.99 for this guy, maybe cheaper. So thank you for joining me on this live mail unboxing. I like to do this from time to time. This second channel is going to be becoming more prominent in the near future. Got to go to the gym. Good for you, Jennifer. Hope everyone has a great day. Do a couple pull-ups for me. I gotta work out. Well, I gotta work out every section of my body, but my shoulders are starting to really, they're going down. So it's always a pleasure, Trisha, for me to include you folks. The reason why I'm gonna amp up this channel is because if anyone's a YouTuber out there, Leslie's a YouTuber, right? The problem is that okay, I lost my train of thought. YouTube just recently changed their policies. Any channel that had a lifetime of 10,000 views, which is really not that hard to do, right? If you've worked hard and put time into it, 10,000 views and 100 subscribers, you could monetize your videos. And Doug, so this is a good thing for maybe Doug to know if you don't know too. Then you can monetize your videos. Monetizing videos, you're never, ever, ever gonna make a good amount of money monetizing your videos. If you're lucky, where I am as far as subscribers, I'm lucky if I get $6 to $7 a week. That's nothing to brag about, but it's the principle of the thing, right? It's the principle, because you're giving YouTube content. Without us giving YouTube content, YouTube is nothing, right? We're giving them content, and there's a lot of smaller channels out there who prefer to be small. There's a lot of YouTubers out there who don't want thousands and thousands of subscribers. They want a comfortable, 50, 100, a small group of people. And I think that this is really unfair. I always thought that 100 subscribers and 10,000 views was unfair. And YouTube recently changed that. As soon as this channel got 10,000 views, almost to the day, they changed it 10,000 views to 1,000 subscribers. And you have to maintain 4,000 hours of watch time. I think annually, which is like, it's incredible. That is incredibly easy. What that means is this channel, I always wanted it to be small. I wanted it to be really just a small little extension where I can break away from my daily life. You guys can break away from daily life, jump in, and we could just chit chat, and it doesn't have to be super structured. But that means that I can't monetize these videos, which is just, again, it's the principle. YouTube, I love YouTube. YouTube has given me a new lease on life. This is not hate towards YouTube, but YouTube is having a lot of problems with the people who are paying to have their ads up and dealing with the YouTube community. If anyone's a Casey Neistat fan, I don't regularly watch Casey Neistat, but I think he's a really intelligent man. He's addressed this topic on several different occasions. He actually is contracted by YouTube, or yeah, YouTube. He goes and does like speeches for YouTube all around the world, but he's not afraid to call them out when they're out of line. And I think this is a situation. It's just not fair. It's not. It's like saying that your videos, if you have under 1,000 subscribers, your videos are not worthy of putting up ads. That's not true. That's not true. I was under 1,000 subscribers for a year. That was a long year of my life with a heck of a lot of work. I think, you know, they can throw a couple dollars my way for that. So what this all means is this channel, I've also battled with the Candle Enthusiast channel. I'll get subscribers, people who love Yankee Candle, man, and they love candles. But when they see me doing anything else, going to, you know, to getting on the road, even going to Yankee Candle Village, if it's not me sitting down talking about candles, candle evaluations, they unsubscribe in a heartbeat. So it's constantly this teeter-totter of like, well, wait a minute, I do candle evaluations, but I do other things too. But people, they don't tolerate this. And it's so easy to just unsubscribe, which has kept me in this limbo for a while. So I think progressively, I guess progressively works. Over the course, systematically is probably the better word, systematically over a course of some time, I'm going to put my other videos, my aromatic adventures, ones that are not surrounded by candle concepts, onto a secondary channel. Living Enthusiastically, that limited series that I'm working on now, that would be onto another channel. My in-betweens, kind of like me, documentary style, on the road, making my videos, onto this channel. This way, the Candle Enthusiasts would remain candles, and that if those who enjoy my videos would also like to see my more diverse type videos, they can always come to this channel. See what I'm saying? I think maybe Doug can relate to this, because he talks about a lot of cool, he's got two like foundations of really cool topics to talk about, like content, candle content, and the spooky villages, his village collection. And you know, I never thought twice about villages. But when I started watching like Doug and like seeing how passionate he was, I'm like, whoa, like this is not just a Christmas thing, this is a Halloween thing. And not only that, but this can really be taken seriously, and you know, like I can build my own little village in my home. So he's introduced me to a whole new world. But if I wasn't watching him because of his candles, I never would have found out about spooky villages. You catch my drift? And he's confirming what I'm saying. He says, yes, I get crap from people that I don't talk village pieces more so lately. So this is just a little tidbit, a little inside information about what some of your YouTubers that you watch, this is what they go through, and changes and choices they have to make. And I've always struggled with the idea of having 2 channels. It immediately makes things so much more complicated, because that means, just trust me, it's just complicated. Dealing with 2 channels and branding yourself differently, making sure people know that this video is different from that video, it's not easy stuff. But I think once I get the website launched, candleenthusiast.com, which is, don't go to it, it's under construction, but it is there, and it's coming soon this summer. Once I get it there, it'll be a place for people to be like, oh, I get it, I understand how this works. Hello, Jasmine, how you doing? And they can read about who I am, what I do. Hopefully the website will allow people to discover me and choose what they want to watch. If they want to watch candle reviews, or if they want to get on the road and go to fun places that they'll, don't ever get a chance to go to, or places that they like to go to a lot, but they can vicariously join me along the way. That'll be on the 2nd channel. All right, so I missed a lot of you guys' comments, and awesome on your sidechain. Thanks, Doug. Love that you're doing that. I really appreciate it. Trust me, it's a very bold, it's a choice that makes you a little bit nervous. It's like when you spend it, I'm getting closer to my 3rd year with the Candle Enthusiast, and I want to start from the beginning. That is a very scary concept, but you got to do what you got to do. So thank you again for joining. I do want to, if you don't mind, let me plug myself. Let me plug some things that I have that help me with the show. I'm working really hard on living enthusiastically right now, which means that it's keeping me at my home base. So you're not seeing a lot of adventures, but we are going places very soon. I have a limited edition, the Candle Enthusiast Mary Tyler Moore Show inspired mug, limited to 50. It's a good amount. It's a good amount. But I would say about 11. I think 11 have been sold. I'm definitely holding on to some. We're going to be taking some of those for myself. Check it out. All you got to do is go to eBay and type in the Candle Enthusiast. You can't miss it. It's if you want a great mug, it's, to me, a great mug. I think it's a cool design. However, it's more important than that, it's a good way to support the show. I'm not making massive money off selling mugs. Most of the money is going into producing the mug and shipping the mug. But it's a way that you can help if you choose to help. You never have to help. Just by watching, you're helping enough. I just want to put that out there. Plus, I'm going to start putting up the Kringle candle Halloween candles back up on eBay. Last night, I had one, Wolfsbane, go for under $20. You think I'd be like, oh man, no man, that makes me excited. I want you guys to be able to get those candles and at good prices. Do I want them sometimes to sell a little bit higher than that? Of course, because that keeps fuel in the car to propel me to make more videos. But make sure you check out those eBay auctions now, because you know how candle lovers are. Once we get into June, once we get into July, that's it. Everyone's in Halloween mode. So if you want to get them at fair prices now, and like I said, like sneak in there and get one at a good price, or if for any reason, if anyone's having financial difficulties right now, trust me, I know, reach me directly. We'll work something out. I'll get you the candle one way or the other, but I don't have infinite amounts. I don't have boxes and boxes. I'm getting really close to the end. So if you need those Yankee candle, or excuse me, Kringle candle Halloween candles, now's the time to start considering it. I highly recommend the Wolfsbane, more specifically the Witch's Cauldron. The Fright Night is awesome, and it completes the collection in my opinion, but it's really the Witch's Cauldron and the Wolfsbane that I think are amazing. Spooky Villages says, do you see Kittrish's potential graveyard candle? That's cool. It's cool. I'm assuming that we're gonna see not Kringle but Country Candle dabbling in Halloween. I would, it was one of two things. Here's my take on it, if anyone cares. Why did Kringle Candle stop doing Halloween? It's the same reason why Yankee Candle got rid of, take my sunglasses off. Same reason why Yankee Candle has gotten rid of Black Magic. It's the same reason why they've removed the witch off of Witch's Brew. Now it's a crow. It's funny how they did that. They kind of like swept in. They put the crow on the candy corn in 2015, and then suddenly 2016, there's no more witch. It's a PC choice. They're trying to be politically correct, understand, but at the same time, there's ways around this. They don't want to play with that character, the character of the witch that we all know is not offensive. Maybe it is offensive to some people, but really, come on, it's all in good fun. But I understand. Kringle Candle, I know that they got rid of their Halloween line because they really were not only being criticized for that, but they're known as an affordable luxury candle company. That's the bracket that they fall in. They're luxury candles. They're luxury candles at affordable prices. And by doing something like Witch's Cauldron, they thought it was diminishing their brand. This is a little bit of speculation, and this is a little bit of hearsay, me delivering this information. However, they have a whole new, a playground to play in with Country Candle, because Country Candle is not luxury candle. It falls into that novelty candle, but good quality, great quality, like Yankee Candle, better than Yankee Candle in some people's opinions. But now with Country Candle, I think now that it's established, they might start playing with the Halloween fragrances, but it won't be Kringle Candle. That's why, yeah, I mean, if you look at Yankee Candle, you will not see the witch. The one thing they're holding on to is Sophia the cat. She has become kind of the mascot of Halloween. The witch won't be on, the witch is not on anything this year. I mean, you might see witches' cauldrons in certain products for Yankee Candle, but it is, Witch's Brew now is that, the Edgar Allan Poe raven. That's what is kind of the symbol of Witch's Cauldron, which is so weird. And candy corn, it's not candy corn, it's Sweet Seduction, they're taking a less sophisticated route this year. Last year we had kind of like a frappe, almost looked like a cocktail martini of layered candy corn confection goodness. This year it's going to be a little bit more driven for nostalgic, Halloween candy. And then things like poison apple over the years have been changed to forbidden apple. Toxic tonic, that name was eliminated quickly. Again, toxic, implying that it's dangerous, or somehow medicinal. I worked, like I said, you guys know this, I worked in the wine industry for a while, so I would hear all of the stories of people trying to get their wine labels approved, and it's amazing. The trade tobacco tax bureau. Whew. That you have to have all of your labels, whether it's spirits, whether it's wine. If you're in the U.S., they have to approve it, and if anything looks like it's implying something, you have to change it. I had someone, a good friend, who was releasing a bottle of gin, and it looked like an old medicinal bottle. They're like, no, you're implying that this has medicinal purposes, so they had to change it. So I'm guessing Yankee Candle, and I'm guessing thousands of other companies are kind of dealing with the same thing, with people becoming more politically correct, and they're fixing these little things. Wow, this took a turn. This live took a major turn. But good conversation. Digging really hard for Yankee Candle Halloween. I'm all for being as inclusive as possible, as if there is a legit reason for someone to be offended. I'm usually with them, but good grief, it's Halloween. I think that's it, and there's one company, that everyone knows that I love, that I have to give a big shout out. There's one company And if anyone needs a testament to see if it works, look at this company, the Walt Disney Company. You go to Disneyland, you go to Disney World, they're saying, I'm not going to get political here, but they have not changed tradition to conform with overly political correct protocol. Simple things. I'm going into a political area that I don't want to go to, but they're never afraid to say things like Merry Christmas. They're never afraid to celebrate very specific holidays, different cultural holidays. I adore them for that, because could you imagine if like Disney was trying to get overly political correct? I'm turning out to be Bill Maher right now, and this is Song of the South. Yes, I think Eric he always brings up the greatest points. Song of the South, right, which it was a film that is it's not PC now, would never work in this day and age, but the whole ride, Splash Mountain, is inspired by Song of the South, a film, a live-action / animation film from Disney's past. And they haven't touched it. They haven't changed it. If you go in there, you can look at some things. You're like, every now and then, something recently just happened with Pirates of the Caribbean. They had for ages, since the ride originally opened. They had like the words whores and wrenches. Excuse my language, but they were there in Disneyland, and they had pirates chasing women around with like bats. That's a little hardcore, but what they did, I think back several years ago now, is they switched it. So the women have bats now, and now they're chasing the pirates. So they deal with it, I think, in a very responsible way, but they're not going crazy to make sure that they're going, the whole overkill. I definitely in a topic that I don't want to be talking about. I did not talk politics. And Roseanne, as long as I'm talking about this, Roseanne, what did you do? What did you do? That's all I'm gonna say. But that's it for me. Thank you for joining. Once again, Yankee Candle. Full recommendation here. Full recommendation. Yankee Candle Simply Home, which a lot of us associate with lower quality but more affordable candles. This one on Cold Sniff, I'm so sorry about the image. Blueberry cheesecake. It's an aromatic delight. At least it is right now. I'm sitting in the sun. It's warming up the candle. I smell. I look for it. Look for it. I don't think you'll be sorry. And if anyone's ever burned it, just go on Twitter if you're interested in Roseanne's story. They canceled their show. They were picked up for one season, which was one additional season, which is great because sitcom is dead. Sitcom on network television is dead. When The Office was, I'm going on a tangent. When The Office was introduced, everything took a turn. And what I mean by sitcom, situation comedy. The Office is situation comedy, but it's without the live studio audience. So it's it's what you call a single camera show. It's made just like you would make a film, where, over the course of history, we could say in the 40s, we had The Honeymooners. In the 50s, we had I Love Lucy. In the 60s, we had Dick Van Dyke. In the 70s, we had All in the Family. In the 80s, you name it, probably the heyday of diverse sitcoms. In the 90s, we even had shows like Saved by the Bell, things that sitcom wasn't just for adults in the evening anymore. They were making sitcoms for kids. We forget about this. These were sitcoms not for adults, but for kids. This was a huge shift in the 90s. And of course, we had Seinfeld in the 90s, we had Friends in the 90s, which again rejuvenized the whole platform, brought back older styles. I think, if you look at Everybody Loves Raymond, it was really followed the formula of All in the Family. It's kind of that Cole Porter I shouldn't say Cole, I'm saying Cole Porter. It's musical. Paul Simon kind of play live show kind of. There's no scene breaks. There's very little scene breaks. It's all in one long live take, and it's an ensemble. Getting off topic, but then The Office came out, and was 2002, and it just changed. It turned the whole sitcom world on its head, and suddenly nobody wanted the laugh track. A sitcom show is shot with 3 cameras. If you ever watch them, it's called a 3-camera shoot. It's shot with a live studio audience, but there's 3 cameras rolling all of the time. And that format has gone away. What was really exciting is when Netflix announced that Full House was coming back. This was exciting, right? Because this is something that everybody wanted to see. Everybody that grew up in the 90s, or was, I shouldn't say grew up in the 90s, but was watching TV in the 90s would want to see, you know, that show come back just for at least nostalgic reasons. And you like the show or you hate the show, it doesn't matter. The new version, it's not a success. They're in their 3rd season, but it's not the success that they wanted, right? And then Roseanne comes out, and bam, she punches the world. A lot of people didn't like it, you know, very, very political, but that's exactly what they were going for. It was like All in the Family was coming back. It was getting people talking. It was getting people watching TV, not Netflix, but TV again. They were sitting in front of their TV. They were waiting for the show to come on live every week. They were, after the pilot, it was immediately picked up for a 2nd season. And this was huge because all this passionate speech that I'm giving right now is because there was a time in my life I really thought I was going to give it all and dive in deep into the world of sitcoms, or at least become a sitcom historian, because just my fascination and passion on the topic. And you know, Roseanne coming back, and this, not only that, but it being relevant and it being successful, and just getting people talking again. That remember what it was like when, you know, a new episode of Friends would come on, and then the next day you would go to school or work, and you're talking about the new show, or you're talking about Seinfeld. Did you see Seinfeld last night? That culture has gone away, because now what we do is we sit in front of Netflix and we watch episode 1 to episode 12 of Stranger Things, and nobody's anticipating anything, right? Point being, Roseanne, she's known, I've seen her live, I've seen her comedy. I'm full support of freedom of speech, especially in comedians, to always take risks, but she just made some she should have known better. The comments she made on Twitter, I'm not going to make any comments on what she said, but I don't approve. And she should have known that not only did she have thousands of people's jobs in her hand, that are now lost. They canceled the show, but for all of the producers and all of the writers who really deserve a lot of the credit, if not most of the credit, their dream of bringing sitcom back to TV, keeping TV alive, keeping that Thursday evening family together, everyone crowded, huddled around the TV. Now we're starting back at ground zero. Now we're all turning back to Netflix. We're all turning back to Hulu, which is fine. But there's a nostalgic part of my heart that wants the sitcom, the situation comedy, to come back and become a part of our culture. It's very important for families. It's very important for young kids. This is how they get a lot of their entertainment. This is how they get a lot of their knowledge growing up. I learned to get through grade school by watching The Wonder Years. I learned how to ask somebody out in grade school when I was in like 6th grade by watching Saved by the Bell. It's a very, very crucial part of our coming of age. And not only that, but it gets us talking, and whether we agree on certain topics or disagree on certain things, and even if we're very passionate about those opinions, it gives us a reason to talk to each other and live symbiotically. This is the most political I've ever been. I'm being political and using Saved by the Bell in the same sense. I think I need to get back to work. I need to get back to editing. What is coming out today? I told you, I'm finishing Autumn Pearl. Autumn Pearl will be edited and posted by tonight with luscious pumpkin trifle, folks. This is the one. This is the one. For me, personally, if you're taking the success and the excitement of moonbeams on pumpkins that I had last year, luscious pumpkin trifle is the same kind of one. Poached pear flambe is a very close second, but I think most people are going to gravitate towards the luscious pumpkin trifle. Also, Enchanted Moon and Blue Twilight Storm coming soon. I have them, I just need to get them. Does that make sense? I need to travel, I need to go and get them. So they will be talked about soon. And I've heard some rumors, I've heard some people say that Autumn Pearl and some of the other fragrances will be released after the semi-annual sale. That's true, but not true. One, possibly three are going to be held until September. So keep that in mind at all times. These things are always subject to change too. Thank you all for watching. Tell me your favorite sitcom in the comments below when this video is uploaded. Please remember to come back and leave a comment. I want to read about it. I read every single comment. Tell me what your favorite sitcom is, why it was or is important, and how it impacted your life. Try to be as original as possible. Think about really dig deep. You know, we all love Seinfeld, we all love Friends, but what are the hidden gems, the ones that they should be putting on Netflix that they don't? Like, it's the Gary Shandling Show. It's the Gary Shandling Show. If there wasn't, it's the Gary Shandling Show. God love Gary Shandling, rest in peace. If it wasn't for It's the Gary Shandling Show, there would never, ever have been a Seinfeld. Because It's the Gary Shandling Show was the original show about nothing. And Jerry Seinfeld, Larry David, we could have a conversation about this, but I will make a pretty strong argument that Gary Shandling, I almost said Larry Sanders, Gary Shandling had your idea before Seinfeld. Think about that. If you're familiar with It's the Gary Shandling Show, if you're not, look it up. Think about it. It really was, they took Gary Shandling's idea. That's it for me. Love you guys. Blueberry cheesecake, find it, burn it. What are you burning today? All this good stuff. I'm in such a great mood, and I need to get back to work. Thank you all. We'll see you soon. Be good.